Hey, how you doing? This is Faygo Red from Schitz and Giggles, and today we're interviewing Meek White. How you doing, Meek?
I'm good.
I'm doing great. I'm doing great. Meek. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna figure out a few things about you, about your career and about where it's headed. Would you like to tell people a little bit about Meek White and how you got the name?
Well, Meek White comes from Meek White, which is my birth name. My big sister named that. So when I was looking for an artist name, I couldn't find something that really stick with me. So I was like, you know what? Meek White, it's flashy, it goes good, and it's almost like my real name, so it kind of like stuck there.
Right, it's smooth, like no gimmicks, you know what I mean? It's flow good.
Yeah.
It's something everybody who didn't know you, they know you now with it,
Exactly.
A few things about Meek White.
Well, what would you like to know, World?
Well, we want to know exactly what makes Meek White tick, you know what I mean? What are your motivations? What exactly do you do? Where did you get the name Meek White from?
Well, Meek White comes from my original birth name, which is Tamika White. It's just dumbed me down a little bit. I was looking for a name to call myself as an artist, and that kind of just jumped out at me, and it's stuck and it's easy. It's taken from my real name, so that's what it is. I'm an artist. I also model, and I dance, and I rap, and I act, and I do everything that involves entertainment.
You're like a jack of all trades.
That's how you gotta be these days, though, man. You can't just have one talent. You gotta do everything.
They get rid of you real quick.
Yeah.
People get bored with you swift.
You gotta be able to bounce back. If I can't rely on this, I can do this.
Right. So who are your influences? You know what I mean? Because with all those hacks, sound like your influences like Sammy Davis or something. You know what I mean? Who are your influences?
I mean, I have many influences. I try to be original for myself, but if you were to compare me to someone, I love Nelly.
Okay.
Getting hot in her. Missy Elliott. A lot of people have compared me to Fergie a little bit, but I try to keep it original. I don't want to be like, oh, she's like so-and-so, she's like her, she's like her. I want it to be Meek White created that.
Right.
They like Meek White,
Now, what you saying, Fergie and Nelly, now I noticed the similarity between Fergie and Nelly. Now, they both have like this melodic twist to their music. Are you saying you have like this melodic twist to your music where you may rap and sing and just whatever just makes good music?
Oh, yeah, it's almost like a rapping, singing thing. It's definitely, I'm getting my Nelly on, shout outs to him. It's definitely like that. It's different. It's me.
Okay.
If I just sum it all up in one word, it'll be like, it's me.
Okay. Now, being an artist from Detroit, being an artist from Detroit, being a female artist from Detroit, what are you trying to accomplish with your music? What do you want people to know about Meek White?
I mean, it's just self-explanatory. The music is all me. It's all women. It's what we go through. Every woman, young, old, rich, poor, we all go through the same struggles. We all go through the same. This first CD, this first album, entitled "Let's Get Away," is basically what a woman goes through when she's on her own, and then she goes into a relationship, and the things you go through when you're in a relationship. A lot of people say it's the rap version of Mary J. Blige, so it's very woman friendly.
Right. Like Beyonce. Now I know my Meek White history. You know what I mean? I know a few things about Meek White. You may not think so, but I noticed you said the name of this album is "Let's Get Away." I remember when you promote that as memoirs of Meek White. Now, what caused the change in the name?
Well, originally it was memoirs of Meek White because when I first started working on my album in 2006, it's what I wanted to go with. It jumped out at me, memoirs of Meek White. I want everybody to know who I am and what I go through, and these is the things that happen to me and are in my head. But as I began to make the album, it really just was like, it started going in a different direction. It's still things that happen, of course, but it's just not as deep as you want to make it sound when you say memoirs of Meek White. So, "Let's Get Away," which is a title of one of my singles, actually, is like, it tells a better story of the album. So we just went along with that one, and hey, let's get away this fall. People go out and make sure you come.
Make sure you go out and get that. Now, as far as what women need nowadays, what do you honestly think the reaction to your album would be? Like, do you think you have a radical album? You know, now, I mean, honestly, you know, do you think your album is just that raw where, you know, women need to hear this? No matter what you think, they need to hear this. What reaction do you think you're going to get from this album to you?
Like I said, it's very, very woman friendly, and it's just like, it's gonna be like, oh my God, that's my homegirl.
Right.
She went through this just like I went through this, man. Like, she is really telling the truth.
Right.
I can hear women saying like, oh my gosh, I just went through that.
Yeah.
It's kind of like, this is what you go through and this is the solution. So it's like a self-help book, you know? Like, she done went through this, what did she do? She done been in a bad relationship. How did she get out that bad relationship, and what can I do? It's like I'm giving advice to my sisters out here, you know? Like, when this happens, this is what you do, you know? Right,
like a female Tupac. We would call you She-Pac or something, you know what I'm saying? Now, right before we leave out of here, I'm gonna ask you a personal question. The reason it's personal because a lot of artists, a lot of people in your situation and status don't like talking about politics. You know, with this upcoming election, with you being a black woman, you know, how do you feel about the possibility of it being either a black president or a female president? Like, what do you think the impact, or like just what do you feel about that?
I just feel like it don't really matter, you know? As long as the president, whether it's a man or a woman, a black or a white, as long as the president is there to help us and to lead us in the right direction, then I'm all for it.
Okay.
It don't matter at all. Just, you know, let's just get our country back to where it needs to be. Man, woman, black, white, it don't matter. Just do your thing, be the president, just lead us in the right direction.
Right.
That's all a person can ask for.
Get us out of Iraq.
Yeah, get us out of Iraq, bring our troops
I state my political views, you know what I mean? Exactly. But I wish you all the luck in the world.
Thank you.
You know what I mean? It was a pleasure having you here today.
Definitely. Make sure all y'all out there, make sure this fall you go cop that Let's Get Away album this fall. Head start turning this into single followed by Let's Get Away. It's a great album. Love it.
And like the lady said, make sure you go out and get that. And this is Faygo Red and from Schitz and Giggles, and we'll see you another time.
Peace out.